vegetables.
Right.
But also I was taking some different cleanse supplements. So I wasn't taking my regular ones as frequently, just because sometimes when you get so much, you're taking this and doing this, it's just overwhelming.
Yeah.
And so it might have gone down just a little bit, a few thousand points. So then I was like,
Let's see.
it'll be
I know
interesting to
someone's
check it in
there.
a month once I'm more regular and so forth on that. So as soon as she gets it pulled in, I'll kind of give like a little overview first of all, what I'm talking about and doing, and then we'll scan everyone.
Cool.
Okay, so how do I get this participant up here? And there she is, Kim. There's Kim. I know. Okay, I know. I'm always nervous about this. Hey, Kim, are you there? I see her name on there. It says joining.
There you go.
There she is. Kim?
She's still connecting.
She's from Tabor, Iowa, my hometown. Yeah, I'm so excited.
That's so funny.
I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, her husband was a year younger than me in high school. He was one of my buddies because, I was a big tomboy. So, and yeah. And then I've seen her last year. She came to Methodist and saw me once, and she's a nurse too. Kim, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi, Kim.
Hi.
Are you going to turn on your camera so we can see you?
I thought I did. Oh, how do I do that?
Start video, isn't it?
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, there might be one more person. That's,
One more.
well, I don't know. I just saw somebody walking in, and it might be someone that. Oh, I don't think it is her. Like, who is that? I don't know who it is. I'm glad we're by the door though. I can watch people. Okay, there you are, Kim. Yay. So we have some people here, and I'm sure Leisha will be coming in too. Let me ever grab another chair. So it's an exciting day here in Omaha. We're having antioxidant testing at Activate, and Kim is on. I'm sure more people will get on, and we are recording it so we can watch the link. And there's people here, and Lisa Staudt is doctor of chiropractic who is here, and she was, do you see Leisha? Oh, there's chairs in my office if you want to grab one. Yeah, thanks. So she was a college roommate. I met her when we were freshmen. We were sorority sisters, and then we lived together, and then she's the one that got me into Buff Mother. So I talk about you on podcasts a lot. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I was just on a podcast with Keto Savage, and I sometimes the things you talk about on I start talking about things and I'm like, oh my God, but your name gets thrown in there a lot, Lisa.
Inspired you to.
Yes, because she was like, well, she told me about Buff Mother, and I have told so many people about Buff Mother, and a lot of people have read the book and stuff. And then you competed, and that was just like, if Lisa can do it, I can do it. And that's what you have to do. You have to get that in your mind that, all these other people are doing this, transformations and making lifelong changes, and you can do it too. So you got to get that drive and have those inspirational people. And that's what I love. Like, you guys saw the pictures that I just shared of Annie that I put on Instagram and Facebook, and she's like, I don't know.
I saw those too.
Yeah, she's lost like 300 pounds, and that I can't take credit for all that because she did it in the last few years. But yeah, she used to live in Norfolk. We worked at the Y together, and then she moved to Texas. So, but yeah, it's exciting. So, and I talked to another girl today from Florinda, another Iowa girl, and I'm talking to somebody from Massachusetts on Thursday. She heard my podcast, so Keto Savage. I know, so I'm like getting in a lot of states, so it's really exciting. Except I can't use my nurse practitioner license to order CGMs in the other states, so that's a bummer. But okay, Barb is here. Hey, Barb. So Barb is in North Platte.
Okay.
So, and I have a gal that's in Kearney, and some people here in Omaha that'll probably be watching it, and
Okay.
Kentucky. So, but anyway, wave to the people here. Yay. Hi guys. Hi guys. I'm sure Leisha will be coming in. So anyway, let's see. How do I turn this thing around?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so let's see. So we have Lisa here and she is,
See you back there if you want to sit like that.
isn't there a way you can probably turn it around?
Put it on the table.
Now Becky is on from
Yeah, you
Council
can sit up
Bluffs.
here until I scan
Yeah,
and look
okay.
at people.
Yeah, we'll just put it right here. I'll get a close up of the
portable.
machine.
Yes.
Okay, so there is Dr. Lisa Staudt, who is a good friend of mine, and she can talk a little bit about herself. But we have Becky Bradley. Hi, Becky. She's in Council Bluffs. She's one of my Methodist buddies too. And then Barb Peterson is in North Platte. We were new nurses together in 1993.
Lots of
In North
connections.
Platte, I know. And now she's got her master's and is a hospital executive there at Great Plains. So anyway, and Kim Nelson is in Tabor, Iowa again.
Okay.
So she's a
Well,
nurse.
I'm gonna
too.
kind of talk back and forth, so I'm not like talking to your back and
Yeah.
so forth.
So we could move our chairs over here if that helps.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, if you want to do that, then I'm not
Good
like,
idea.
Yeah, oh my, I'm just
Okay.
critical thinking, you know. We like to get attention though. Wait. Whose is this?
I don't know.
Oh,
Here, I'm gonna shut
okay.
my phone off. I think it's off. Yes.
There we go.
Okay, this will work good.
Yay.
Yes.
Okay, well, thanks, guys.
Yeah. Well, so I guess I'll just say, like Brenda said, we were roommates years ago and, you know, kind of just kept in touch, and I was in her wedding years ago. And then, yeah, isn't that funny? And then she kind of reached out after she'd seen what I was like, got into this buff mother thing, and then decided I was going to compete. After I'd had my 3 kids and the youngest one was like a year, I was like, I always felt like I was the person I could lose the weight, but I had lost muscle and I just felt skinny fat. And I was like, I need to put on more muscle. And so I started kind of just going, okay, I work out, I grab the Shape magazine and I take it to the gym and do the different workouts. I've done that for years. But I kind of just ran into that gal Buff Mother online, and I was like, okay, look at her. She's got abs. And as I read her information, I was like, okay, she's had a C-section, and I had emergency C-section with the 3rd kiddo. So I kind of resonated and reached out to her and like, okay, so I can do this. Can I get abs like that? You know, everyone's different genetic wise, but she's like, yeah, there's, you know, let me show you what I do. And so that's why I connected with her, and she eventually trained
So
me.
glad.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you did.
I started talking to her about hormonal timing that she, you know, started, you know, wrote her book on, and then went through that process. And I'd always been a holistic mindset because as a chiropractic background, you know, my thoughts were, you know, of holistic as much as I can, and, you know, just taking care of ourselves in general to, you know, get to a place where we're living that healthiest life and so forth. And Brenda and I also had another thing in common. I lost my mom when, you know, Brenda's mother was like when we were in college, and then I lost my mom when I was 27 and she was only 56. And so that kind of put that next perspective in mind of going, I want to be there to see my grandkids, because she never got to meet any of them or see either one of her daughters get married. And so that always just put myself to, okay, what am I going to do to stay healthy? What do I have to do with my immune system and so forth? Does cancer affect our family and so forth? So those things kind of, you know, set you on that legacy of wanting to lead that healthy life. So I'm trying to think, as getting close to 2 years ago, I had someone approach me about buying my chiropractic office, and it was someone I knew as another chiropractor. I was like, why should you want to buy my practice? You know, I'm like, I practiced for about 25 years in Papillion, and I'm like thinking, well, what would I do if I sold my practice? I wasn't really thinking about it. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, part of me is a little burnout because insurance is no fun to deal with in chiropractic, because they'd cut our reimbursements and some of the other issues with healthcare and Obamacare and high deductibles. And then I'd also had some wrist issues because I always worked with my hands manually as a chiropractor. I wasn't like an instrument adjuster. And so I'd had one surgery in this wrist, and this one was causing me problems. I'm like, do I have another 5 years or 10 years doing this? You know, maybe I take up this sale and figure out what the next path on my journey is. So that's kind of what ended up happening. I started saying, okay, I'm going to step away from this. I'm going to start the wheels in motion of selling my practice. And while I was doing that, I started thinking about, okay, searching around what I could do next and incorporate, because I'd always, you know, incorporated chiropractic nutrition. I had a weight loss program in my office for a few years. And then just the fitness journey I'd been on, I'd got lots of health coaching with several patients over the years as well. So almost 2 years ago then is when I kind of learned of this antioxidant scanner, and I was super intrigued. So you guys can see what it looks like here. This is this little device. It's no bigger than a football, probably a little bit smaller. And I'll tell you a little bit more on it as we go. But I learned about this and I was super intrigued because I'm like, it was a way that we could test our antioxidants non-invasively. So,
Oh, shoot.
did you lose something?
There's people trying to get in,
Oh. You
or
gotta-
Dion anyway.
Yeah, sometimes you have to allow stuff.
Yeah,
other
yeah,
times
I
they
have
can
to,
just
I
jump
usually
in.
have to allow them.
Okay.
Hey, Dion, we got you now, girl. She's here in Omaha.
Okay. Super.
Yep.
So yeah, when I learned of this, I thought, okay, I can work with people that were former patients of mine. I can share it in other what realms, but I can also teach other physicians, doctors, chiropractors about this, because it's something that they could bring in their office to help more people with. So that's kind of, you know, a little bit of what I've been doing the last couple of years, as well as we're opening a clinic for an osteoarthritis protocol in the next half a year, that kind of keeping people from having to get knee replacements. So it's a really neat protocol that's FDA approved, and that could be another subject. But what we're going to focus on now is a little bit more about this device. So everyone's probably heard the word antioxidant, right? We all know it's probably a class of nutrients and vitamins, right? So, but what they are in general is, I'm actually going to read something really quick because I'm going to share this with everyone. But one of the best approaches to maintain good health is to be proactive. And that's all everything that Brenda talks about. And we know that the consumption of certain vitamins and carotenoid antioxidants reduce the risk of cancer, heart disease, slow the aging process. They affect our immune system, our brain health, our risk of Alzheimer's, includes our bone health, decrease our risk of diabetes. They maintain good eye health. They're very important for our eye health as well as improving skin, hair, and nails. So the antioxidants are involved in so many systems of our body, basically because they're protecting our cells. So I try to take it like this. If we know that all of our cells inside of our body, you know, we've seen in 8th grade biology, we've got this little organelle with mitochondria and our DNA in there. Well, our antioxidants, basically, they would surround our cells if we have these certain nutrient class in there to protect our cells. When we don't have enough antioxidants, free radicals can get to that. That's what they call oxygenation, how we can get damage to our DNA, how our cells just aren't functioning and metabolizing as well. There's a whole conglomerate of things. And so I always teach people, like, if you have an apple, we all know if we cut that in half and leave it open in the kitchen counter, it's going to yellow and turn brown, right? That's that oxidation process. The air is getting to the tissue of that fruit and it's changing, it's oxidizing. Well, free radicals cause that oxidization, that oxygen molecule. Now, nutrients and like vitamin C, if we put lemon juice on that apple, we know it's going to stay healthier and fresher, right? And that's because the vitamin C is an antioxidant. So several of the vitamins that we're getting for our foods are in that antioxidant class, like A, C, E, all the phytonutrients, the flavonoids, the beta carotenes, the things that cause color and that protectiveness to our fruits and vegetables. All of those polyphenols, they're all in this class of antioxidants. So basically, they've learned through this device that we can test this and our antioxidant status. Before, and we can still do this, we can get a blood test just like we do for all kinds of other health checks and everything. But that blood test to check your antioxidants isn't something that's covered by our insurance, and it could easily be a $400 to $500 test. And who's going to go do that every month or every 3 months, right? You're not going to be able to do that if you're really trying to see if your nutrients are working. So this device actually here, right back here, there's a little laser when I open this up. So you guys can kind of see here, this is a laser, and we put the hand over that, and it can actually use a laser technology to get a detection of our carotenoids, which is a classification of antioxidants. So what's kind of cool is the history of this is the NIH, which is the National Institute of Health. They actually funded this project back in the early 2000s saying, we want to find out a way that we can get this tested without doing blood work so it could be a good assessment of our lifestyle risk diseases. Because what they say is like heart disease, diabetes, cancer, Alzheimer's, those are all highly impacted by our lifestyle, the ways, the foods that we're eating, the exercise, our stress, our sleep, you know, all those different things. Hi. And so they were looking for a way to assess that. So that's where they started doing research to make this device. And originally it was at the University of Utah. And it was a very large device, like it would fit in this whole room like a ping pong table. And so you can imagine no one's going to travel with it and take it to places. People had to come to that device. And it took a long time to get it calibrated and get it warmed up and turned on. So it'd be like an hour by the time you got each person tested. So over the last, 15 years or so, the company that ended up acquiring this actually spent like over $100 million to bring this to the generation of device that we have today, so that we could get this portable device that we can get a scan in like less than a minute, and that it's very accurate. There's been so many studies on this and its efficacy and its validity. The actual technology with the laser, they use a product called Raman spectroscopy. It's a Nobel Prize winning science behind it that, that tells you if there's a technology about that and it's got a Nobel Prize, they must have something right that they're doing. Well, and then in addition, there's over 90 white papers, peer-reviewed papers on the validity of this. Yale University did a 10-year study on this. It goes on and on. There's some medical colleges that use this, but our whole goal is to get this into more hands of health physicians and practitioners, because already what's going on when we go to the doctor for our physical, they're going to check our blood pressure, our cholesterol, oftentimes our A1C, we can get our vitamin D tested. What if we could get our antioxidants tested too and know if you're getting enough fruits and vegetables in your diet and your body's absorbing them? And as well as if you're taking a supplement, is your body able to use it? Is it a quality supplement that it's bioavailable to us? And that's the problem with the supplement industry, is it's a huge, like billion-dollar industry, multi-billion-dollar, because, people realize that we can't get everything that we need from our food. Even if you eat perfect these days, which is really hard, right, to eat perfect, even though Brenda's encouraging us all. But, we all have something that, hey, we can, not have to be a perfect 100%, but learn our limits. But even at that, do we eat everything locally grown? Do we eat everything organic? Is stuff shipped to us, for fruits and vegetables? And the quality of our soils isn't the same as it was 30, 40 years ago. So the nutrient density of food is just decreased. I don't have the exact article on me, but it talked about what a cup of spinach and the value of nutrition in it today versus like 20 years ago or 30 years ago, that it's like we have to eat like so much to even get the value what we used to get out of it, because of the way, things have been affected by the way it's growing and then shipped to us and stuff as well. So like even as back in, I think it was 2012, the Journal of American Medical Society or Association put out that everyone should take a multivitamin and mineral. So because we're just not getting it, every once in a while I'll hear some doctors say we should get everything that we can from our food. And I just think that's really super hard to be able to do in the life we live and so forth. And we can try to do our best, but stress also impacts what we are getting. And so we do need to supplement. So the big thing is then if we've got like a high percentage of people already taking some sort of supplement, how do we know if it's working? We take it on blind faith, right? Oh, so-and-so, my sister-in-law said she takes this and really likes it. Well, how do we know it's working? Does she just have more energy? Is it, boosting, our nutrients and vitamins? So that's where I got intrigued by this, going, we can get a measurement of our antioxidant status. And it's not just what it looked like for the last week. This is like about a 2 to 3 month score that it stores in our body, because it's in the fat soluble carotenoids. So anything we're looking at is measuring on the fat soluble, but they've also done a lot of science and research saying it's, I don't know if there's anyone else waiting or not.
I don't think so. No.
That it correlates very well with our water soluble antioxidants as well. So it's given us a really good reading. So once we score you guys, what's pretty exciting about this is we can kind of go, here's where you are. What things can this empower you to take a look at in your life? Because it's not all just taking a supplement. It's obviously, hey, maybe this really will make me go, I really do need to increase my vegetable content and some of the fruits that are high in antioxidants. You know, am I getting enough sleep? You know, as you lose weight, your BMI goes down, and that's going to affect your overall score. Do I have any chronic diseases that I'm on pharmaceuticals for? Because that can lower your score as well, because that's stress on our system. So it's not all just going, hey, you got to take this vitamin or something, but it gives us empowerment on where, you know, how we can get healthier and improve our wellness. So one of the things that I'll share with Brenda, and then she can forward it down the road, is Dr. Oz actually had this scanner, actually a previous generation of the scanner, one that was right before this, but still small like this, on his show about 3 or 4 years ago. And before the actual taping of it, they scanned everyone in the audience, and then they put them in the color of t-shirt that their score was, because this gives us a rainbow scoring, like a red, orange, yellow, blue, green. And blue and green are going to be the scores that we want to see people getting up towards. The red, orange, yellow are more on the lower end of the scale. And so when they scan the audience, a high percentage of them were in yellow, orange, and red, and there was a few in the blue and green. And so then they really just kind of went in there and said, okay, let's bring someone down that thought they were basically healthy. What is your score? It was like a 30,000. There's been 30 million people that have been scanned, probably more than that, with a device like this. And 94% of Americans fall around 30,000. And that's about a C- or a D+ if I was to grade that. So we're basically failing that in our nutritional scoring. And if we want to decrease our risk for these other health conditions like heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, cancers, we can increase that score. And can we still have those conditions down the road? Yes, but there's so much research showing that it can very well affect our strength of our system to avoid those as well. So I like to tell people a really good score is 50,000 and above. So I kind of grade 50,000 as an A, and then we kind of go anything over 60,000 is kind of like an A++ or premium or whatever we want to call it. So that's kind of a background of that. Does that bring up any questions for anyone right at the moment? So what I'm going to do when you guys are, online here, it's might be a little bit boring for a few minutes. 1, 2, 3.
I can entertain you.
Yeah, Brenda will be able to talk.
Yeah, maybe if we have, maybe we can, if some of you guys can come on a weekend, we can have
Yeah, I can definitely come back
too. Because I know there's some that can't be here on Tuesday nights, but
then the other people can read through there.
Come on the weekend sometime.
Yeah.
And then maybe one of the offices I'm at will get one of these too, so then we can check it, because it's probably good. How often do you tell people to have it checked?
It's really good to, after you have your first one, especially if you're going to switch to new supplementation or just work on your scores, in 60 to 90 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you guys a quick little form too. Whoever's first can do it afterwards. But it's just a really quick assessment, because then when I'm looking at it, I can kind of go, hey, we can chat a few minutes since it's a small group of us. So let's see, Brenda, do you want to do yours again first?
Sure,
And then you
I'll do mine. I can show everybody that doesn't hurt. I'm not going to cry or anything. I don't even remember for sure what mine was last. I think it was like 68.
I was gonna say you were 64 to 68, something like that. So she was really good.
I don't know if I did it at Keto Summit. I know I did it when you came to Better Living.
Yeah, I don't know if you did either, because it was so busy that day.
Yeah, some of these ladies were in Better Living, but I don't think they were in that.
My group,
you can do one group.
Okay. What is your email address? Again, Brenda Lee, is that right?
Should it be the same one as last time?
No, it doesn't necessarily have
results.
to be.
Okay, Brenda Lee.
Whatever you want it to come to. It's going to send everyone your scan.
APRN at gmail.com.
So basically, open this. I had a couple pens. I don't know if I shared them or not. Does anyone need one? Okay, you guys are okay.
Yeah, I have some too. There's one right there. Yeah, the Med Spa Cocoon might be interested in getting one of these too.
Yeah, I think it'd be a perfect thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone's doing this.
Exactly.
Anti-aging.
Yeah, and everybody's.
What about anti-aging from the inside out?
Exactly.
Right?
And they're really into like fundamental or like functional and holistic.
Set me up.
I will. Yeah.
Talk to their doctor. Okay, so basically here we're gonna see if you guys can see a little bit of as Brenda comes. We're gonna have
see how
her
this is
come
done. I couldn't
And
remember if it
I'm
was
gonna
my
have
finger
you-
or my whole hand. It's the hand.
It's the whole hand, but I'm actually gonna have you use your other one. And if you can come a little closer, so I'm gonna take you right there and wrap your hand around. Oops, I'm gonna get us started
I
here.
know some people were thinking it was like a blood draw and they're like, I'm like, it's not invasive. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, this is completely non-invasive, and you guys can kind of see it from back here. While they get closer, I'll show them. This is what's happening on my iPad, and I can see the gray lines coming together, and they'll meet up, and it takes about 30 seconds to get her finalized score. So she's probably going to be in a blue to green zone, which isn't quite as good, but she's, we
Yeah.
talked about that.
I've been more protein focused and meat, all about the meat instead of more of the vegetables. So,
Okay, so she's done, and she's at 49,000.
oh, I went way down. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So,
I knew it.
yeah, so you can kind of see right there, that's her scoring. Now, when I share with people, this red zone, that I consider that's 10,000 or below, that's considered an F.
Ooh.
Orange would be a D, that's 10 to 20,000. The yellow zone is going to be in the 30,000, that's a C. And the majority of the Americans kind of fall in this yellow to orange range. This would be a B. I'm going to give Brenda like a B plus because I can divide it into
I'm
thirds.
seriously about a B plus student.
Yeah, and
anyways.
there's a
It's all
A, and then we can go to our A plus plus, or sometimes I call them our
Nice.
unicorns. Because
Dr. Penn.
yeah,
he was up there.
exactly. So, I always let people know there's no wrong answer, because sometimes you can have a low score and you're completely bummed out. And I'm like, hey, it's a starting point.
Yeah.
And if you ever, I'm on no pressure here, but if anyone ever wants to get this done and they're like, okay, gosh, I've been taking this same vitamin for the last 4 years and I got a 30,000, and I'm like, I'm sorry to tell you, but it's probably not absorbing. And unfortunately, there's a lot of synthetics. There's a lot of things that we think are a good product
Mhm.
that really aren't. My story was when I started as a chiropractor, I was able to get physician grade nutritional products that I carried in my office. So you think, oh, these are the top of the line, right? And I scored just a little bit lower than Brenda, like a 41,000 or 40,000. So it was a B. But I thought, okay, I've been taking these for several years.
Yeah,
I've been
it's
doing
surprising.
nutrition, fitness. And that's when I thought, okay, everything I've learned since then is that most physician grade products are about a B, mediocre at best. So awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I did my own little testing and said, well, I'm going to go off this line and I'm going to go on a line called Pharmanex that was paired with this, which is nutraceutical grade. So very high absorbability. And they actually guarantee that your score will increase with the product because they've researched it so much that it's a very whole food based, nutrient dense, that our bodies can actually use it. So my score went up originally 12,000 points in 6 weeks when I really just got focused and stuff. So that was kind of neat to just see, okay, I'm switching from one thing to the other. And I didn't want to change my diet a whole bunch. I wanted to see what happens with supplementation. Another thing you can do is go, this is like Brenda, she realizes I'm not eating as much of fruits and vegetables or vegetables specifically
Right.
as you used to.
Mhm.
Because I think you were pretty high on the
Oh,
broccoli,
yeah.
weren't
I was
you?
really high. I love
Daily.
broccoli and stuff.
Do you want
when
to
I was
pop
in
on up
prep.
here?
I want Brent to do it too. He thinks he eats pretty healthy.
You can sit
I've
down
been
for a
doing more of
second.
the protein thing that Brenda.
Okay,
So
not
we'll
yet.
see.
Quite, hang on there 1 second. I'm gonna,
Do you mind if your score's on there or do you not
No, I
want
don't
him to see
care.
it? Okay.
I could care less.
Yes.
Not worried.
yeah, because
I mean, even if I'm low, I don't.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like
I'm gonna have you
this
put your
kind of stuff
name.
can be
and-
temporary.
Yep, exactly.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab her chart just to see as I'm looking through here, kind of.
I didn't even really fill it out.
That's okay. You did some of it.
I do a lot
Oh,
of
Beth Burnett.
supplements. I do supplements. I
You're a
do,
holistic
but I didn't.
practitioner yourself, huh?
No, my friend Cheryl.
Oh, how
is.
did you select? Okay, I see
Yes.
what I'm reading. Gotcha.
I do a lot of different supplements, and I just didn't want to fill them out.
Yeah, that's okay.
I
Totally.
can tell you what they are.
No, it's fine. I'm not here to, say, hey, but sometimes our greatest supplements aren't doing as well as we thought. So that's where you kind of.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, your holistic practitioner might ever be interested. in
You know what
getting
my
tested
sister does is Juice Plus. I'd love to have.
Oh,
Juice
yeah, I know
Yeah.
she should do this.
She really believes like
Yeah.
it's the best thing.
I
in the
know, it
world.
would be, I thought about
So we're
her
gonna
too.
take your hand, actually.
And Susie
like that.
Valinsky, I invited her, she might come sometime.
Oh,
Lisa.
yeah, she always wanted tested. She
I
told me
know.
she did.
She does
yeah.
Juice Plus
Mhm.
too.
Yeah, they
Okay,
will.
so now we're starting.
Okay.
And you can kind of see it's coming from both sides.
Yeah, so
here.
this one's going really slow.
Yeah,
So
it's
that
going a
one's gonna
little-
get over there
Yeah, you're like,
fast.
come on, speed up over there.
I
right?
know, hurry. Like you
It's
said
a
though,
rating game.
I know it's scary.
But it is interesting because yeah, I'm recommending supplements all the time. So I'm wondering to see what, you know,
Mhm. Yeah, I'll have to
Ones.
send you some information
Yeah.
on this because you,
yeah.
Oh, I'm yellow.
yes, you're in the yellow. And if you don't mind, if I say,
No,
it,
go
like,
ahead.
okay, so yours.
35.
Yeah, hers is a 35,000. So I'd call that right a solid C. So, you know, like I said, it could definitely.
Like
Lower.
Ozzy's audience.
Ah, yeah,
yeah.
no kidding.
Yeah, I'll send that video and then I'm gonna just hit next on here and it will email it to you. When you guys get an email, it might not show up immediately today or tonight, it might be tomorrow, but it will show what your score was. And it gives you like some of the supplements that I recommend. It doesn't mean you have to go buy these
Right.
or anything, but it gives some of the recommended things that when I end up talking to someone, you know, and if you ever do want to, then we can always reach out and talk about it more.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
yeah, now
Yeah.
you know where you're
I
at.
can
Yeah.
finish filling out my.
Yeah, you
feel
can
like
fill
you
it
eat a
out
lot
and
of
then I'm gonna
fruits
give
and
you this
vegetables,
and
or-
then we'll, here, let me
Well,
mark your
lately
score.
I've been doing more of that protein,
Yeah.
so I've been eating less. I eat. Just last night, I usually eat mushrooms, broccoli, that's.
Yeah,
my
That's
two
good.
things.
Uh-huh.
And, but I don't eat a lot during the day, like in the morning. I
yeah.
used to eat fruit for breakfast, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of skipping
You're doing,
breakfast.
yeah.
So it's.
Whoever
all
wants to
Yeah,
changing.
it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, if you're skipping breakfast, which is where I used to get all my.
Yeah,
fruit.
if you
You wanna
eat,
come
yeah,
on?
that's when you eat your fruit.
Yeah, so what do you,
Yeah.
what do you want? You know?
I know, it's true. Yeah, I know, it's true. There's so
You know
many
what, I'm gonna
things.
grab, I think that's my blue pen right there.
Yep,
Just
you're
so
not, that's
thank
not
you.
mine, so. Okay. We're gonna put
Yeah,
you
it's hard
in
to,
next.
I thought it would be a
Have
little
a
higher.
seat.
I know, I
Kim.
did too, for sure.
I eat good.
I know, you do.
I won't,
I know, it's just interesting.
it won't show on the screen and. all
Okay.
that. Is
And
it-
it's just these people, these fine people I see here that are gonna be hearing
I
this.
didn't see the time.
We won't even
Yeah, we
say
won't,
it.
yeah, we
All
won't
right.
say your
Is
score.
it
Kim.
Camara?
I wanna see what Alicia's is,
CLMM.
cause she's
I'll put in a
vegetarian.
different
Yeah.
address.
Whatever you want, hear it, yeah.
What?
He says,
Brent?
when we're done.
Okay. Yeah, I can't wait to see Brent's. Cause he doesn't get enough sleep. I'm always lecturing him about taking care of himself.
Oh,
Yeah,
sleep
any-
is, sleep has.
Lately,
sleep
I've
is
been really-
important.
Yeah.
Okay. Super. I'm gonna just do a little.
So does anyone at the distance sites have any questions or anything? It looks like we have a few more minutes, a little bit of time, but not a whole lot. If anyone has any
Just hold nice and
questions?
still.
No?
Let's see, it's turning.
Yeah, it's really
Just a second.
fascinating to see these results.
And that's what we were talking about, if one side moves faster than the other.
One side moves
And it's
faster than
scary
the
when
other.
That side moves fast.
Yeah, it's scary when you see the,
The blue side goes.
yeah.
It's like, even though like everyone here is probably like Brenda said, a little more focused on protein.
Yeah,
it
we
kinda
are.
Makes you think, okay, if I add some vegetables in, we're getting so many nutrients from them, but they're very low calorie and very
Right,
low
mhm.
carb.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
good.
but when you're
Yeah.
doing intermittent fasting and you're not eating breakfast, that cuts down on my fruit.
Yeah, it depends on what
Yeah.
time you eat. You can still eat it just later in the day.
Yeah, you can take your hand off.
But like,
So, that's cool, my
so
friend.
like what antioxidant foods do you recommend, Lisa, for people to take, like that are
Well, like
like
if
lower
I-
in sugar and
Yeah,
stuff?
like if you're gonna do a fruit, like obviously we all hear blueberries.
Uh-huh.
So like one of the
blueberries.
snacks I do is I take fresh blueberries and I put them in cottage cheese. And then I'm like, I love that.
Yeah.
It's getting your good protein.
And
I'll do like
protein.
2% cottage cheese and,
do.
you know, it tastes delicious. And I'm like, I can throw those in and they're super
Yeah,
healthy and.
yeah, berries are generally.
Yeah, I would say
pretty
in
good.
general, the berries would be the fruit that I go for just
Mhm.
because we
Blueberries.
know blueberries,
one of
strawberries,
my
raspberries, you know,
Yeah.
they're all low sugar. There are gonna be, you know, your lower calorie, lower glycemic effects, and they're gonna
Yeah.
get better antioxidants from
Yep.
those. Because I don't eat a ton of fruit. I'll eat apples too,
Yeah.
but I'm not like, you know,
Kim, are you happy
daily or
with
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a seat, my dear.
Okay, So while we're doing this, we'll just, you guys in the distant sites, if you want to, just say like some non-scale victory that you had this week or something that you are working on or something. So Kim, do you want to start? You guys want to listen? Okay, Kim and Kim. So Kim is the newest member. I'll move it over here. Okay, so Kim is the newest member and she's from Tabor, Iowa, my hometown. So she's a nurse.
Hello.
Nurse too, and she's in Tabor. And so Kim, just kind of any goals that you have or something. I know, I'm sorry I'm putting you on the spot like this, and you're the first one and you're the new one, but we're excited to have you. So what goals do you have, Kim, or anything, any questions or anything?
I think my goal for this week has been to move more and try to get at the minimum 20 minutes of exercise in, like I'm talking like walking, like intentful exercise, not just like walking to the, the mailbox or whatever, but really, 20 minutes of some type of movement.
Yeah,
at least, and upwards to 30 minutes, and that's huge for me because I have a desk job Monday through Friday. So movement's big.
Yeah, I know, you're not even like parking your car to go anywhere. You're just like walking to the other room. So
right.
And it's baby steps. Always, little bit at a time. You can't overhaul everything at once. So
right.
Good goals.
Yeah. And tracking my food and intake, that's been huge for me too. So
and going through all those things I sent you too. Y'all sent you some info, all those emails.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, thanks, Kim. Becky, how about you?
To get back on track of logging the food. I kind of didn't do that for the last 2 weeks, and that kind of showed on the scale. I think if I log my food, I do a lot better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's kind of a shot in the dark what you've been eating and where you're at. So
Yeah.
awesome.
So that's the big thing is, and I wish the weather would get nicer so I can just get out and walk.
I know. At least we don't have snow like Kansas City and up north and sunshine today. So great. Okay, Barb, how about you? I don't know if she's still there. There you are. Hi. So what's your goal this week? And I get to talk to you tomorrow too. So
yes. Oh, just just watching my protein. Pushing more protein.
Great.
So
okay, awesome. You can do it. And Kim, I was thinking about Barb when I was talking to you yesterday, because she's had really good results with fasting and keto, and she's really into that. So follow that girl, Barb. She's doing great. She's lost what, 35 pounds in the last year?
yeah, about 40. I think I'm up to 42.
Now it's 42. So she's lost another 10 or 12 since March, since we started the program, or February. So yeah, really great. She's building muscle. Yay. So super proud of you. Okay. Thanks. Dion, how about you, ma'am?
Hi, Dion.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry, my boss was calling, so I had to leave the room, so I missed half the presentation. So.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's okay. I can fill you in. Dion's, we work out at 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow.
Yes, yeah, I'll be there.
I might have to bring my dogs. Brent's mad at me for not bringing my puppy yet.
Oh my gosh.
I know. So, what goal do you have for this week?
Well, I've been doing really well. I drank that protein drink stuff you gave me. And now I got to go buy some because I'm addicted.
Oh,
so,
really? From Rexius?
Yeah, where is that located?
There's one at 132nd or 120th and Center is one.
Okay.
And there's one up on Maple.
Well, I think I'll stop at the one on 120th and Center on my way home. Should I only get one of those a day?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
so I do
really good.
because they were good. Yes.
Awesome.
But I'm getting my walking steps in, so I'm doing really well. So
yes. And what did we say? 12 and a half pounds you're down since February?
I'm 6.
Oh, 6?
I'm down 6, but I lost 7 inches.
7 inches. Okay, I'm confused. I was thinking of trustee
Yeah.
items, but yeah, no, you're doing amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
7 inches, and that's only in a few different body parts. I didn't even do like your calves and your thighs and all that. I should
Right,
do that too.
right.
So awesome. I'm super proud of you.
Yep. Okay, good. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, well, we'll probably lose you guys here soon, but
Do not give one.
The
we'll
pamphlet.
try to
I didn't give you a pamphlet. did I?
maybe get anybody that wants to get antioxidant tested, come in sometime and do it again. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. And remember, Brent is teaching Saturday and Sunday. And here he is. Yay.
Let's see it, let's see it.
He wants to see his antioxidant level.
She got the unicorn.
Wait, let me
level.
look on my phone real quick.
Leisha is a unicorn. Show him this, show him your sketch, show him your thing.
Unicorn.
She's a unicorn. Leisha, what's your secret?
Yeah, what's your secret?
Or-
Do you
I'm
want
still a
to-
lacto-avo vegetarian since I was 19. Not that hard when that's your diet.
Wow, and that's the first time you've been tested on this.
So no dairy, is that what you mean?
No, I do eat dairy products and eggs.
But she has lost
Where do I go?
150 pounds. 150 pounds.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
She's lost 150 pounds since 2018. She's been in my Methodist Better Living program for that long, and she is always moving her body. She has a very high non-exercise thermogenesis, movement. She's always moving.
I'm sad today because my goal is I have to do physical therapy every day, so I'm not
Oh
moving as much.
no, oh no. You're doing great though. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, she's been amazing. And she has her mom in the program too. Teresa, who's doing awesome.
I got a D minus.
Oh no.
With breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
But how, so,
Right now, it's where we are.
here's Teresa. Hi guys. And how many pounds did we celebrate on you?
9.
9, yes, she's down 9 pounds so far. So doing amazing, coming to work out with us and tracking her food, and super proud of you guys. So, all right, everyone, just keep up the good work and make it a great night. And let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much, everyone. I'll try to get a recording sent. Bye, bye.
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 Toward the lower end of the country, like
Okay.
down.
No, that's
ankle
excellent.
of the boot.
Okay.
That's where the basic one.